Hey guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for being here as well. So today's video, we're going to talk about this little heartbreaker right here. I have never seen so many review videos on one piece of makeup in my whole entire life. Like, this has got to be the most spoke about eyeshadow palette this year. Shit went down this week. So many articles, so many videos, so many people who actually hates this eyeshadow palette. Is actually crazy. So many people had high hopes for this eyeshadow palette and I just feel a little bit sorry for Norvina to a certain extent because she works so hard on this eyeshadow palette, and Anastasia Beverly Hills isn't a brand where they're gonna rob you, take your money and not care about you. But since this eyeshadow palette has been released, it's like we have seen another side of Anastasia Beverly Hills that we really don't want to see. Like when Becca, when Jaclyn Hill did a collaboration with Becca and the highlighters weren't as pigmented enough, Jaclyn Hill owned up to it and was like, we're really sorry. Norvina, on the other hand, she didn't really apologize for the fall and everything. It's like how this palette is made is how it's made. She just spoke about how their customer service is really good. If you are not happy with the product, they can do an exchange. But I'm hearing stuff like, oh, can you send a picture of your eyeshadow palette to see the faultiness? And it's very hard to even take a picture of an eyeshadow palette that's still in place and claim it as faulty. It's faulty because of the way it's been made, not because of the way it looks. For example, I bought the Nicole Guerrero highlighter palette. That came smashed and I got my refund back, bitch.
What the fuck? Oh my god. I am so pissed off. Oh.
It came smashed. Literally. And I can't be bothered to fix it, to be honest, because when you work hard and you decide to spend your hard-earned cash on a high-end makeup product and it comes smashed, you expect it to come in one piece. You don't want to spend an hour trying to fix it. Like, not only is this the 10,000th video you have seen about the Subculture palette, this is also on BuzzFeed, and when I read it on BuzzFeed, they were slating her down and I just couldn't believe what I was reading. I don't know, a part of me feels like, oh, about time someone spoke about the downside of Anastasia Beverly Hills, because my highlighter palette came smashed. I have their cream contour, that's not very good. I have their highlighting brush, which is this one, the A23. It feels like it's scratching my face. I mean, I love Anastasia Beverly Hills and I love what she stands up for. I mean, she's all about Instagram makeup. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Instagram makeup would be as much appreciated, and she dedicated this eyeshadow palette to Instagrammers and I love her for that so much. But in my own personal experience, I've only had two products from her that I genuinely love, and that is the Modern Renaissance palette and the Sun Dipped highlighter palette as well. Those two are my most favorite products. Everything else that I got from them, I'm like, what the hell? This eyeshadow palette, I feel like I can make it work. This is my second time at trying this eyeshadow palette out. The first time I tried it out, I kind of wanted to just play with it, see how it goes. I did experience a lot of fall with Roxy because that is like the most softest fallish type of eyeshadow out there. I used Roxy, Fudge, New Wave and Edge. I thought Edge would look nice on me, but Edge doesn't look nice on me at all. Cube isn't that cool, to be honest. You know when you imagine a makeup look on you, you think it's gonna look nice in your head, but when you try it on, you're like, oh my god, this does not look good on me. So yeah, Cube doesn't look that good on me, to be honest. Destiny looks fucking great when you blend it out. I don't know what that is about. Adorn is a really nice color. Fudge is quite a nice color. I like it. The reason why this eyeshadow palette looks like it's been played around with a lot is because I've just been dipping my brush in there and just doing swatches. And if you have me on Instagram, I did a mini review and I will insert it right now, that way you can see what I'm talking about.
So I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow brush and I'm just gonna go in. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. A lot of the excess off, so it's all gone. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm not going hard, I'm going super light. And you can see I'm tapping it all off, and this is the Huda Beauty palette, and thank God it's a clear top because you can actually see how much fall has come off. Oh. In my own experience of doing makeup, this is not normal. Usually there is fall, but not this much fall. I feel like these are pigment shadows with a lot of fall, like the MAC Soft and Gentle Highlight, sorry. Okay, so this is MAC Soft and Gentle Highlight. Now, MAC Soft and Gentle Highlight is actually made out of loose pigments, and even that hasn't got as much fall as the eyeshadow. See? Oh, you can see my leg. You can see that the MAC Soft and Gentle Highlighter, there's actually not that much fall, but the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, it has. So this is the Modern Renaissance, and I'm using the fluffy brush that came in with this palette. I got that brush over here so you guys know that I'm not cheating. 1, 2, 3. So you guys can see that I'm actually not going quite heavy. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Modern Renaissance. Subculture. I'm just gonna show you guys again. It's what the hell? I'm actually really shocked. I'm just shocked at how much product you could potentially be wasting and how much product you could be saving in this palette. I'm just gonna dip into Axes. So fucking hell, that's a lot of fall. Oh my god. And I'm just gonna blend it onto my legs because I'm using both my hands. But look how beautiful it blends out though. Apart from the fall, you do get really nice pigment. I'm going to dip into the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe, and I'm going to get a similar colour, and I got a similar brush to the Anastasia one, and I'm just going to blend that out and just see if there's a comparison. So there is a big comparison to... Come on, don't disappoint me. Don't disappoint me, Morphe. Anyway, that's how much I could really do. I did dip into the Morphe palette again. But, you know, there's pros and cons to the Subculture palette. Okay, so let's talk about the colours. And I got my colour wheel here as well, just so I can properly explain the undertone of the colours. Because I feel like the reason why some of the colours are looking grey because of the undertone. Now, if you look at Destiny, Destiny is my least favourite colour. It looks kind of greenish. I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit more. So it looks greenish. Oh my god, it's so soft. It's really cool and nice, right? It's almost like a khaki type of colour. It's beautiful. Now when I go ahead and blend that out, it's grey. My colour wheel indicates that it's a shade. So what a shade is when you have a colour and you have a bit of black in it, and that creates a shade, and this is what this colour is. A lot of the eyeshadows are more of a shade undertone. Mercury is a weird colour, guys. Like, I'm going to insert a video of myself swatching Mercury, and I have my flash on, and with the flash it picks up some sort of like white talc-ish type of colour in there. It's so weird. I don't know what that is about, but I haven't tried Mercury out on my eyes. I'm going to try it out today. I really don't like the colour edge. I just think once it's blended out, it just looks so weird and it just doesn't look that nice on the eyes, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a little swatch. So I just went in a little bit. So far no fall, thank god. And I'm just gonna swatch it for you guys. So once you blend it out, it just doesn't look true to the colour in the pan. Let me do it this way. When you make an eyeshadow and you are blending it out, chances are there is going to be an undertone in there that's going to be a bit different. For example, you could have a purple eyeshadow, and when you blend it out, it's got that type of reddish, pinkish type of undertone into it, and that's what this eyeshadow palette has. So you do have to be really careful when you choose certain colors and mix it together. When you do eyeshadows, you can't help but blend, but I feel like with this eyeshadow palette, if you are going to mix edge with axes, you got to be really careful when you blend those two colors together, because it's going to turn grey and ashy, and it's just going to piss you off, to be honest. I am new to doing makeup review videos on my channel, and with eyeshadow palettes I like to do first impressions, swatches, do makeup tutorials, and then a final review. I know that's really long, but that's how I like to do my videos. With this eyeshadow palette though, I'm going to do a makeup tutorial first and give you guys my final thoughts, because I want to see if this eyeshadow palette definitely fades
on my eyes after 3-4 hours, and I've seen a few girls, they've experienced that, and I just want to double check that it's definitely happening to me. To let you guys know, all the eyeshadow brushes I am using are clean. Just dropped a brush. So when I was watching the Anastasia Beverly Hills Instagram story, the makeup artist, I think her name's Alyssa Marie or something like that, she said to use leftover concealer on your beauty blender and just tap it on your eyelid and then go in with the eyeshadow. As you guys can see, I have no foundation on because I am ready for the fall. So let's go ahead and dip into this eyeshadow palette. A little bit of my favourite concealer, which is the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. So I'm going in a few times, not that much product is on there. When I first tried out this eyeshadow palette, I didn't even use a primer because I knew how pigmented her stuff is. And when you use an eyeshadow palette that is so pigmented, I don't think there's a point in even using an eyeshadow primer, to be honest. Oh, I've got a bit of gunk in my eyes, that's disgusting. Alright, I am ready. So I'm just gonna use this synthetic brush. I'm going to dip into Dawn, even though that doesn't do much. Fucking hell, I just dipped in once. You can see the fall, right? Okay. Another thing that I saw on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Instagram story is that you want to go in once, tap off, and then blend it out. So I'm just going to follow their guidelines because apparently there's guidelines to use this eyeshadow palette, which is a bit annoying. I feel like if you are new into makeup and you want to play around with some quirky colours like this, but it requires a lot of skills and everything, I just think that's so annoying. Like the Modern Renaissance palette, I feel like anyone can play with that eyeshadow palette, whether you're a beginner, a novice, or whoever you are. I feel like you can easily play around with that eyeshadow palette. It's just a shame that this eyeshadow palette is just so hard to play with. Like, oh yeah, that's just how I feel anyway. Right, so Dawn is on. I'm gonna go in once again. I want you guys to witness this. I'm going in just once. It's just annoying that you have to lightly tap into it. Like, what if you're in a rush and you're trying to do your makeup with this eyeshadow palette? You can't really, because it's just going to get messy. And I've seen so many makeup tutorials of people using this eyeshadow palette and they're using it how they would normally use a normal eyeshadow palette, and it just gets messy and just gets everywhere and it gets on their clothes and everything, and I'm not about that life, which is a reason why I'm wearing this hoodie, because I don't want to get dirty through this eyeshadow palette. Alright, so the next colour I'm going to dip into is All Star. I'm going to use a clean brush. I'm just going to go in once. And there was no fall as well, thank God. I don't know what look I'm going for, so if it comes out shit, I'm really sorry. I'm going to go in once again, just really lightly. And in the Instagram story, Alyssa Marie, or however you say her name, I really can't remember what her name is, but it's definitely Alyssa something. She said you want to blend really lightly like this, like barely touching the skin. You don't want to go in like that. And I don't know, I just think, why do they have to make an eyeshadow palette that's so complicated? Okay, that's blending out pretty good. I'm actually quite happy about that. Next one I'm going to try out would be a bit of Fudge. Going once in. I'm using the same brush that I used for All Star. I'm going to dip back into All Star again, just because I don't think that plumish reddish is not showing enough. I'm going in twice. I'm going to use a clean Spectrum B06 brush just to like blend it out. A little bit more around here because I put a bit too much shadow around there. I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna go into X's. Just gonna go in once, literally, and that's how much product it came off. Going in one more time. Fucking blend. Okay, it's getting there. We're getting somewhere, guys. We're getting somewhere. Gonna go in one more time. Again, really lightly. Going in with a clean brush just to blend out the edges. So this is what it looks like so far. I'm going to go and do a cut crease. So I'm just dipping into my favourite concealer, which is the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. I'm gonna do my cut crease like this. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm gonna go dip into electric, but they say you have to wet the brush first and then pick up the color because apparently it's not actually that pigmented, which is actually quite true because when I swatched it by myself I was like, okay girl. So let's just go in. So I'm applying it, but it's not really blending into eyes properly. I don't know. Maybe it's the concealer. I think the concealer kind of messed it up a little bit. So we can make this work. We can make this work. I'm gonna apply a little bit of Axes on top of electric, like just really lightly, just so it just looks much more cooler, because I feel like electric by itself is not actually that nice. Right, I'm gonna dip into Mercury, and I'm really scared of that color. I'm gonna go in once into Mercury. I'm just going over Axes with a little bit of Mercury just to like make it a bit more grungy looking. So now that my lashes are on, this is what the eye makeup looks like. Eyelashes can really help save eyeshadow looks, I'm not gonna lie guys, and I am actually liking this eyeshadow look. I don't love it just yet, but once I do my hair and get my whole face on, maybe I will live for this eyeshadow look. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my other eye and I will be right back. So this is what the eyeshadow looks like. I hope you guys like it. I mean, it's slowly growing on me. I just need to do my drop shadow, then I think I will have my final decision to say whether I like it or not. I'm just gonna go in with some black eyeliner. Gonna zoom in guys a little more. Use the Spectrum A13 brush and I'm gonna go with Untamed. Why not? I went in once, I'm not going in again because I am scared for my life. That is blending out beautifully. Praise the Lord. If you are going to get this eyeshadow palette, be so cautious with what colors you want to mix together, because God forbid if you're going to use these two together, Mercury and Axes, I swear to you it's just going to go really grey like around here, and you got to be so careful when you blend it out. I'm gonna give Cube a second chance. I'm just gonna wet my brush, dip into Cube because it's just such a pretty color. It's white, and then when it hits the light it's like all pink and everything, and you guys know, if you follow me for a long time, you guys know pink is my favorite color. Ooh, it's like a little snowball on the inner corner of my eyes. Okay, that's blending really weird. Oh my god. Okay, I'm done. I am done. Hey guys, so I just came back. I've done my full face. I'm just not feeling this eyeshadow look. I don't think I did a good enough job, to be totally honest. I feel like I look messy. Like, I genuinely feel like this isn't a really cute enough eye makeup look. This eyeshadow palette, it looks beautiful, but in terms of picking and choosing colors and blending it out together, it just doesn't really work. And I don't know how these girls and guys who has this eyeshadow palette and they're doing an amazing job with it. I'm just like, am I a really shit makeup artist? I'm going to go ahead and go about with my day because I got roast dinner to make, and I'm just gonna leave this on for a few hours, even though I am dying to take this off, but I'm not going to. Just this part that's really annoying me. But I'm gonna leave it on until the end of the day and film it and just let you guys know whether it does stay on the skin and does not fade. So I am back. It is now 10 to 11 at night. I did the makeup look about 5:30 p.m. so it's been about a good amount of hours. I'm gonna zoom you guys in just a little bit more. So Cube is not very blended in well. I kind of regret putting that on my eyes. The shadow hasn't faded. I kind of feel like it kind of oxidized throughout the day. I don't know. I mean, I do have oily skin, so whatever powder you put onto oily skin, it is gonna oxidize because your skin's oily. And yeah, I don't know guys. This palette is very stressful. I'm probably going to only use this eyeshadow palette to mix with other eyeshadows. So do I recommend it? No, I don't recommend it. I'd say stay away from this eyeshadow palette, even though it looks absolutely beautiful and it's jaw-droppingly gorgeous. I don't think it's worth the money, and that's all I have to say. I am very excited to take off this eyeshadow off my face because it's just not as flattering as I thought it would be, because I thought these colours would look nice on me. but they really don't. I think the only shadows that actually looks nice on me is Roxy and Fudge, and it just pisses me off because this has 14 eyeshadows in there and I only like 2, so that means there's 12 eyeshadows that I don't like. No, actually Adorn as well. So there's Roxy, Fudge and Adorn. Those are my 3 favourite eyeshadows. How can I forget about you? 3 favourite eyeshadows, 11 eyeshadows I hate. What a waste of money. £42 down the drain. I hope you find this video very helpful. If you do, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and make sure you press the bell button as well. That way you never ever miss a video from me. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Take care and I'll see you in the next one.